How much money are you leaving on the table by not allowing pets in your short-term rental? Hi. This is Flip, and this is Reno. Hi. Get it? Flip and Reno. We want to talk to you guys today about pet fees and making extra revenue from those pet fees. There's so much to cover, so get out your notepads and your pens because we're going to go over everything we've learned over the years about how to make extra revenue from allowing these guys. Let's just kick off this video by talking about numbers first. That's probably what you care most about. Is how much can you make? And unfortunately, we'll talk about how we charge later on in the video, but just want to start this off by Airbnb does not set us up for success to maximize revenue for our pet guests. What do we charge? We are mostly in metro markets, and so what we did was we researched how much nicer boarding facilities charge per night per dog, and we priced our overnight stays for these guys accordingly to that. What do you think about that? Do you think that's pretty fair?
Yeah, because you have to think, what's the alternative if the pet isn't traveling with the owner? They're going to have to either board them or get a dog sitter, a pet sitter for that time. And so we want it to be comparable because we're actually offering them above and beyond. Their pet is going to actually be able to travel with them, be able to stay with them.
You can also do is you can see what local hotels are charging per night for pet guests. You can see what other short-term rentals in your area, your competitors are charging and be somewhere around there or exceed it or be less than, but just kind of get an idea of what the market is like for pet fees. So start there. And then I think this is the biggest mistake is that you can do this per night. Just like with humans, you can charge the pet per night. What we do is because we're in a metro market and guests can stay for like a couple, a week, 2 weeks, is we do cap it. So we let them know in our house rules on any listing site, either it's direct booking, Airbnb, Vrbo, we say, hey, we'll cap it at $200, $250. So if you're staying with us for 3 weeks, you don't have to pay an additional $35 per night that you're staying. Although, if it's competitive enough in your area, I guess you could.
Yes.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier that Airbnb does not really set us up for success as hosts to collect pet fees at the amounts that we should be collecting them at. So right now, you can set a pet fee, and if a guest says that yes, they're bringing a pet, a number will automatically populate. But what it doesn't take into consideration is how long the pet is staying or how long the guest is staying. So this is how we do it in our business. We have our house rules. Always, if there's anything that you need to set for your property that is a rule in your house, make sure, or in a booking process, make sure it's in your house rules. That way, no matter what, you can tell a guest, hey, that's in our house rules. And one of those for us is our pets and the pet fee. That number one, we accept pets on a case-by-case basis. And number two, if you get approved to bring your pet, you will not be charged for the pet. It is not a part of your current booking fee. We charge it on the day of check-in. Why do we do this? Because we go through the Airbnb Resolution Center to collect our pet fee because we want to collect a per night basis per pet. So if I'm bringing both my dogs with me for a 3-night stay, if I was staying with myself or staying with a host who watches this video, that host would charge me $35 times 2 times 3 nights. And they can't do that with the way Airbnb is set up right now. So they go to Airbnb Resolution Center. They set that up. They said it's for an extra service. They say, hey, this is for Flip and Reno, 2 dogs times $35 times 2 times 3 nights. That's your pet fee. And then I pay it before I check out. And the cool thing is if you discuss this in your chat when they're booking, you always have written documentation that the guest agreed to pay this fee should they go rogue on you. And I'll tell you, I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't think we've ever had an issue because pet owners are usually really responsible and responsive guests. And I'll also tell you that if you think damage happens often with pets, they don't really. So in the next section of this video, we're going to talk about what we do with that pet fee. Because quite honestly, it's a lot of extra money in your pocket because the damage is super minimal.
We know you're excited about this additional revenue stream and possibly having more eyes on your property by allowing pets, but you are going to have to invest in some things too. Pets need amenities too. Sarah, you want to talk about some of those?
Well, you're just being really thoughtful as a host if you think about your guests who are bringing pets. And so you can provide, I'll say it, and that doesn't want to say it, poop bags, water bowls
for their
waste
debris.
receptacles for their So poop bags.
Yeah, okay.
You can offer water bowls. You could also offer little dog kits where you have like special blankets and sheets that you could ask your guests to put on the couch and the bed for you if the dog, because here, you can say all day long that you don't want the pets in the furniture, but the pets are going to be on the furniture.
And we are going to warn you now. Every pet owner has the best pet in the world.
Well behaved.
They never bark. They never go to the bathroom in the house. And guess what? They might not at your house. But you've got to remember, they're traveling. The dogs are in a new place they've never been to. They might have some anxiety. So we always request that when the owner leaves the pet, that they do provide it a very safe space. AKA maybe they bring their a cage or kennel for them, make them feel safe before they're leaving for their day of potential adventures.
And I will say the biggest damage we've ever received from pets is from that exact reason, that the pets get anxious and they'll claw at the door, and so then we have to sand it down, repaint it. But over the years we've learned that, and we've said the exact thing Annette said to the potential guest booking, like, hey, we know your dog is great. I'm sure they're great when they travel. However, it's in our experience that pets can get anxious when you leave for the day, so it is our rule that XYZ.
The other last thing we want to remind you of, if you're going to allow pets, obviously you need a place for them to be able to go to the restroom, and also be very aware of where they're going to go to the bathroom and about your neighbors, okay? You want to make sure that your guest is cleaning up after their pet.
But here's the deal, when we buy properties or we're onboarding properties, we will do everything we can to make it as dog friendly as possible because we want that revenue, you guys. It's a huge income line on our P&L, and we don't want you to miss out on it. So we will put in fences. We will think about, dog friendly flooring, dog friendly rugs. Any rug that's washable is great. We'll think about dog friendly fabric. So revolve your short-term rental, your vacation rental around these guys, because people are traveling with them more than ever, and it's a great, great way to boost that monthly revenue.